Um, Hello everyone. Hello all my fellow goats. I just finished recording the Seneca video on my channel. So go check that out. That's chapter 3 for Seneca. I have to do up to 20, but it's a very short book. So nothing big here. But that is not what I'm talking to you guys about today. I want to do a Goat Sessions video today. And I was thinking about what it was going to be. I'm like, it's a good topic. And, of course, I'm a dude. I have a girlfriend now. That's different since last time I was on this channel. About almost a year ago. To 9 months specifically, I think, around there. I have a girlfriend. And I didn't talk about that last time. Because it was starting out around that time. But the most important thing I thought about this morning for an idea for a video is like, okay, maybe I could do something on that. I remember talking to a friend this morning about, girl troubles and things of that order. And what thought occurred to me was the idea that you can't be afraid to make a move. Specifically, do not be afraid to catch and release. I'll say it again. As a guy, this mainly pertains to guys, but women, this can pertain to you as well. Do not be afraid to catch and release. Some people are not in it for the ride like you are. Some people may not be as serious as you are, on the other hand. Everyone is not for everyone. Let's put it that way. No one person is for everybody, and not everyone is for one person. Therefore, if you do like someone and you like the relationship, but obviously there are disagreements about how the relationship should function in the long term, don't be afraid to catch and release. You caught it. This isn't a serious thing for you. The fish isn't serious. Learn to release. This only works, though, if you don't like the fish. If you gaslight yourself into liking her or him, or if you learn to get too attached and you can't release, even though you know it's not good for you. Those are the two problems here. Make believing and settling that you're in love, pretty much like settle. And 2, attached, way too attached, because you're desperate and you don't have any other accesses to this type of person that you want in their life. And obviously they're not the person for you, but you can't get anyone else, so you cling on to the only thing you got. But you need to release. You don't really catch fish at the end of the day unless you're going to eat them. So if you're playing around and you really don't know if it's good and you have suspicions about the fish, don't take it home. Release it back into the wild, where it belongs. And that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying she's for the streets. Not what I'm saying. I'm saying let her go back to where she wants to go. Because she's not the one for you. Let her swim away. Put her back in the water. I have seen many relationships ruined by settling. People who could do better. Far better. And chose not to. And said, that's it for me. I'm going to die on this hill. I love this person. The problem with that is you really don't. You think you do. And you may really do. Your mind and body are synced and you're like, I believe it. But it all started as a hesitation and you just ignored it. You said, let's see what happens. And for some people that's genuine. That's a good thing. Maybe that's exactly what set up that relationship for you. To be with the most perfect woman you've ever been with in your life. Or a man. That's fine. I'm talking about people who psych themselves out and say, you know what? There's nothing wrong with this. I mean, even I don't love her, but this is a good thing. I'm just gonna stay in this. Get married, have kids. You're treating it like a luxury. That's the problem as well. If you're settling, you're treating it as if it's it's like a business. You're like, this doesn't really affect me. Like, no, we're talking about the love of your life. If you didn't find the love of your life, then don't call them the love of your life. Is that a hard take? It could be a hard take. Yeah, don't be afraid to catch and release. And it's a big thing, fellas. Like, you go out with this girl and you think it's what you want, and it isn't. Don't keep dating her, because then you're leading her on, and she wants to see someone else. Let her do that, because you aren't with her. You're not her boyfriend. You're a man in her life, and if she's got you, she's got others. That's how it always is. Every woman has a backup when she's trying to date people. Everyone. Every single one. And even if they don't think they do, they definitely do. They just haven't noticed yet until now. And guys sometimes have that. Sometimes guys have a backup. I didn't. So, but for me, I'm not gonna be asked if it's like, oh no, I don't have another person to lean on. I guess I'm gonna be alone. Okay. Back to the same thing I'm doing every day. Go to work, get money. And I'm not saying like stay on the grind. I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying I'm going to be going back to the thing I do every day. At that time I worked an 8 to 5 job. Okay, I go back to that. I go back to having fun with my friends, spending time with my family. I had other outlets. It's not just about women. But when you want to catch fish, okay. You want to go fishing, that's fine. It's a good sport, and it may turn to something you really love. But don't catch every fish and intend to keep it. Learn when to catch and release. You have to. It is so critical. You need to know also where are you catching your fish. Are you out all in the ocean? Are you on the shore because you didn't want to go that far? Are you out in the ocean? Are you out just like pretty much invested in your catch? Are you in the murky part of the water? Are you like near sewage? Are you near more aquatic life, really healthy, naturalistic, algae and coral reefs? Or are you all the way out there in the deep abyss and you don't know what's in store for you? Very important things to think about. Sometimes catching and releasing is okay, but if you're catching and releasing a lot, unless you're someone who likes to have, for example, casual sex or looking for casual relationships, nothing bad, then okay, catching and releasing that's your main game, and that's what you're going to stick to. However, if you're settling down in a good way, and you want to be with someone, you want to share that time with someone for the rest of your life, you don't want to catch and release a lot. That shouldn't be your goal, to learn how to catch and release, and simply to learn how to catch and release. Your goal will be to learn how to catch, discern, and take home and eat. That's what you need to do. Catching and releasing is the first thing you need to do, because it's unlikely you're going to find the first woman and that's it, or the first man and that's it. Sorry for the pause on the first. I was trying to think as I was talking. Unlikely that the first person you meet will be the one for your life. And for now, for the purposes of the conversation, let's get rid of the term the one. These are people at the end of the day. This isn't the chosen one. It's not like holy, like thou art holier than me. Like, don't put these people on a pedestal. Do not put your date. Do not put anyone on a pedestal. The slightest amount of imbalance between the attraction between both of you and who is the attention giver and who is the attention seeker. Bad recipe. Great recipe for chaos, but bad recipe in general. Don't do that. Treat them like you're equal. We're functioning adults. Let's act like it. You don't need to learn how to catch and release and have that be a long-term thing. It should be short-term. And sometimes it can be. If it is long-term and you've honestly tried, I am no way condemning you for that. There's no way. I can't do it. Because I sympathize with you. I tried it all the time. I just wasn't lucky. And I feel like at this point now that I'm in a relationship, and I honestly feel like I'm secure. Like I'm pretty much good. This is a this is a relationship. I've been through so many. Double digits, bro. I think I'm okay. And most importantly, I think that you. It's really hard to think at this time of night, but I will keep going. Sometimes I like to close my eyes and think of the words, and they come to me easier. Never know. Back to what I was saying. I think that knowing how to catch and then inspect the catch is very important. You need to have discernible eyes so you don't start taking home things that mean nothing. Women who don't value you, men who abuse you. You need to learn how to look. And the best way to see that is strengthening your own logic. What should a fish look like? Is it a beautiful fish? Is it nice? Is it rare? You don't find in these types of waters. Is it well fed? Because if it's well fed and it doesn't have a lot of mercury in it, it's really good. Good omega-3s, for example. Does it pose a risk? Let's put it that way. Does it pose a risk? Does it attack back? Is it very harsh? Is it... I don't know. I mean, you get the point. You have to look. You have to. Then consider yourself. Do I have enough room to take it on and make food for the rest of the day? Do I have enough time? Will I have enough time if I catch this fish and eat it? Is this going to pay out in the long run? Maybe I've already had a lot of fish. Maybe I shouldn't eat more. Things of that sort. You need to take that into account. Besides that, that's pretty much all I wanted to post to you today. That very important phrase. Don't be the guy that flexes catching and releasing because you can. That you can pull. I mean, it's cool to be that guy. Don't get me wrong. It's utterly badass. But it serves no purpose for yourself. You're simply wasting time. And you're wasting everyone else's time. At the end of the day, we're out here to love each other and find people that we can love. And if you're just doing this for the sport and not the love, then like hunting and fishing, you've lost the objective. It becomes meaningless. At the end of the day, everyone needs to eat. So do so respectfully and don't waste each other's time. And honestly, that's what I could say I did. You need to know how to approach your fish as well. Does it like to be coaxed? Does it like strong bait? Does it not like bait that much? Does it like when you move around? Does it like it when you're still? Does it like the boat that you're in, or does it not like the boat you're in? Things like that. All these little metaphors. They've helped me a lot. And learn not to take things seriously in the beginning. It's the worst thing you could do, is make a mountain out of a molehill. There's no need for that in the beginning of a relationship. I'm not saying not to care. I'm saying don't take things as seriously as they should. Obviously, if you guys come to agreement and you feel like each party should be more involved in the relationship, that's different. But in the beginning, you should be able to live carefree. It should not be stressful in the beginning of a relationship. This is the honeymoon phase. It will get stressful in a year. In about a year's time, it will get stressful. Always. Any day of the week. Even sooner. You will never encounter a relationship without stress. If so, that isn't a relationship. That's, how would I put this? A term. You know, this is a specific role that you are. This is a specific role that I am. There is no general. It's just, this is your job. This is my job. It's merely transactional. The other people have specific times that they meet each other. They're not truly friends. Friends and people who have very tight-knit bonds with each other. Family, friends, lovers. They're the people who endure the most stress. So while it may be more stress-free to live on your own, without stress, life would lose its luster pretty quick. And I'm not saying to see relationships as challenges just to be overcome. That is very reductive and very hurtful to even assume, because then it renders love void, null, sin, nothing. Love is just the mere opposite of that. In plain sight, it appears as nothing, but it really fills your cup, overfills it. I'm 15 minutes in, and I think that's a pretty good place to stop. Just to pose a question to everyone. Not question, excuse me. Oh my gosh. I'll leave this in. If anyone has any other analogies they'd like to bring to the table regarding love, then feel free to drop them in the comments. I like fishes. I'm not a fisherman or anything. I'm not particular to fishing. But I like metaphors regarding animals and numbers and, pretty much the stuff that makes sense to me. The fishes one has been along for around time. Fishes are pretty good, though, because anything that exhibits a behavior in the metaphor is particularly interesting. Hence fishes. I think that's all, folks. I hope everyone's having a good day. And if you're not, I'm very sorry to hear. And I able to give it a little bit of happiness if I can. Positive energy, so to speak. Be the good fish, essentially. To be the good fish. That's another thing. You're also a fish at the same time. Be a model fish, a better fish, to be honest, than anyone else. Now, I know what they say is, what would you rather be, a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond? Here's the thing. I want you, and yes, you, the viewer. This is why I desire for you. I desire for you to find someone that appreciates and loves you so much that they see you as the big fish in the small pond. And what that means is I want them to see you in such a way that their whole worldview narrows and their environment narrows, of pool of specific people they'd like to meet and see, and it all coalesces around you. You have become their environment, and you are the big fish. That is how much that you should matter to your lover. Vice versa. Be the big fish in the small pond with this one. If you're the small fish in a big pond, then you are nothing. You're minuscule. And not literally because you're a small fish, but in relation to everything. Everyone's generic. Everyone's the same. You could also argue with the big fish in the small pond that everyone is just the same. And they would essentially be the same size, technically, by ratio. However, at least you're big. When I take you out of the pond, you're big. Unless we're still talking about ratios, but if it's a big fish, but he's in a small pond, he's going to be big. But if it's a small fish in a big pond, he's going to be so small. It's about your environment. And I think being the big fish can lend itself to very good things. For example, you can eat more of a big fish. It has more nutrients to provide. You can get that metaphor later. There's a double entendre. You also contain... it's actually seen better to be a big fish, to be honest. It's like, hey, this is a catch. Like, we got something big here. There's a reason why they have competitions for biggest fish. Bigger is better. Except when it comes to nutrients, because technically you have mercury buildup too. So just be careful about what you eat too. Be careful what you ingest, because whatever inside you, that other person's going to eat. The other person's going to see eventually. So whatever lies you told, whatever ideas you have about the world, I'm not going to really talk to her about it because, she doesn't really believe in it, but I believe in it. We haven't really talked about it. It's going to come up again. And if you can't have a healthy conversation about it, then you two should not be together on this. If any couple cannot talk about intimate couple matters, then they should not be a couple. That becomes a friendship. And it's not even a friendship. It's more even a terminal friendship. Like, it's just basically purely based on terms. This is what you say. This is what I say. You don't offend me. I don't offend you. Things of that sort. That's all implied in friendship. You never want to really go past your bar on that. However, in a relationship, you're expected to go above and beyond and pretty much expel your whole life story from your mouth. And everything's going to come out. You hide it, it'll come out. It always comes out through your actions. Remember that. It's the actions that get you. It's not your words. You will slip up on your actions, which depend on each other. They're interdependent. It's funny. I said 15 minutes. I'd stop. So it's 6 minutes. But it was worth it. If anything I can help for you guys out there, because I see in society it's getting worse for sure. On my end, I see it. I'm no longer in the dating pool as of now, but when I was, it's turn off it is not a lot of people want to talk, which I do respect. It's a hard world. But at the end of the day, you can't be serious all the time. You just can't take it seriously. You gotta laugh. Laugh at the good, bad, and the ugly. You have to laugh. You have to. It takes you away from this nightmare of a world we live in. Sorry to be dark there, but frankly, that's what it is. Because if you live a life of luxury, you may not even know it. Because there are people around the world who are way worse off than you. You're doing a great job compared to them. You're God compared to them. So remember to respect each other and, be empathetic and understand each other. Because sometimes the fishes that you catch won't understand you. They'll be ungrateful. They'll say certain things when all of us should be told this. It's not just the other person. Both are at fault. We are all ungrateful. We live great lives. And it's really apparent when we bring other people into our lives. And they notice what we have. And that we lack the conception that we are gifted with much, much more. So, I think that brings a closing to today. Thank you everyone for watching. I know these videos are long when I talk, and I try to shorten them down the best I can, but I do like going on and on and on. It's a ramble at the end of the day, and for me, because if I try to make this too serious, it loses the luster of being very personal. Like I have already point 1 here. Maybe that could be good for the books, to be honest, that I cover. But for sessions like these, I don't typically like to do that. I'm going off my head. And also, I think I'm going to be inviting some people onto the podcast, YouTube channel, you could call it. It's not really a podcast in a sense. I give it a name, and it's not got episodes, though, so by my definition, it is. I think probably I'll bring my girlfriend on here and some friends, talk about various topics. Could be about their field of interest and what they need to do, everyday life to function. Some of them go to school with me. My friends, yeah, I think they can go well. Mine as well, because it's good to hear from other people. It really is. So I should be able to bring other people on here, and we can have a whole discourse. It's probably going to be an hour-long conversation, and no edits. It's just clean, pretty much like this. You couldn't kill me to get an editor, but yeah. Yeah. All right. I think I'm going to end it there. I hope everyone had a good night and good rest. And wherever you are, even if it's day, hope you have a good day. So, thank you for watching, and peace. Goats out. Still keeping that in. That's amazing.